Hello and welcome back to My Green Pets. Those of you here in the United States, I hope you've had a great Thanksgiving break. And those of you who are outside the country, I hope that you have had a nice week. As always, there's been a lot of development in the sunroom. It's a cool, about 65 degrees Fahrenheit in there. And I've actually put a humidifier in recently because as the cooler days get colder and the heat comes on, we have a need for humidity. So this is the Thanksgiving cactus I showed you last week, and it's all bloomed out now. So it was completely on time for Thanksgiving, and it was a very nice centerpiece for the dinner table. In addition to this orangey color, I have a kind of a hot pink fuchsia Thanksgiving cactus that should be blooming soon. This Vanda, which has been in bloom for well over 2 months, is finally starting to drop many of its flowers. In spite of the shortening days and cooler temperatures, there's still signs of growth everywhere, which is very nice to see. Normally, many Cattleyas will rest throughout the winter without any growth, but since these are seedlings, they will continue to grow throughout the winter. You may remember from a couple of videos ago that I repotted all of these Cattleya rex seedlings into these air cone pots. Most of them seem to be adjusting to the change, but a few are showing some wrinkled leaves, which means that I need to be extra sure that they're receiving adequate moisture. The Japanese wind orchid has been grown in Japan by the nobility for centuries, but I'm happy to be able to enjoy it in my home now. And it has got lots of little growths and roots coming on, so I'm really hoping for some flowers next summer, which is when they normally bloom. As flower spikes have been lengthening, I've gotten out the bamboo stakes and started to tie up some of the flower spikes to make sure that they maintain a pleasing shape. Oncidium Sharry baby is going on 2 months of bloom right now, still fragrant and still beautiful. Oncidium Speckled Spire is putting out a couple of new growths, and I wanted to show you, if you can see, look at the base of the plant there and look at all of those new roots coming out. That may be a result of the kelp fertilizer that I've put on recently. Zygopetalum Bright Imagination continues to grow its single spike, which I'm super happy about, and hopefully this one will be in bloom for Christmas. The Phalaenopsis orchids are growing out their spikes as well, but cooler temperatures means slower growth, and these guys won't bloom until spring. One orchid that has bloomed recently is Bulbophyllum Rufinum. It has teeny tiny little red and yellow flowers, but when the plant is larger, the spikes can be very, very long, like maybe 18 to 20 inches. But for now, I'll have to do with a small one. The spikes on Bulbophyllum medusa continue to grow and swell. She will be gorgeous if she ever decides to bloom. Mormodia Jumbo World has finally entered the dormancy cycle. She's lost all of her leaves and looks nothing like she did last summer when she was in full growth mode. The great thing is she's got 4 spikes poking out of her, and I'm looking forward to seeing those open up, hopefully around February. This slipper orchid, Paphiopedilum Koopowitz, is going to be spectacular with foot-long petals. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. It grows very, very slowly normally, but when the spike is emerging, it grows very quickly for an orchid. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the flowers started poking out around Christmas time. You saw this slipper orchid blooming last July. This is Paphiopedilum Prime Child, and it has got a new growth developing. Anytime you see swelling at the base of the plant, it's good news, because that means you've got a new growth coming up, and new growth means more flowers. Let's take a quick look under the table to Maxillariella tenuifolia, who is a little bit neglected during these winter months. Normally outside it hangs in the shade house, but it seems to be okay in this neglected spot. Everyone, thanks for tuning in to see what's going on with My Green Pets for another week. Things will be getting interesting as the winter wears on, and I look forward to sharing those things with you. So until next time, keep 'em green, guys. See you later.